giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Can't twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
Well, hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? That's right, Ice and Fire is what we got up for the tunes. Got the heat map up. We've got a lot to talk about today. I've got some cool new features to show you regarding CPI data. We got James Irving saying, hey, what's up? What's up? James Scott's chiming in as well, saying good morning to everyone. And good morning to the chat. Thank you, Scott, for doing that. Guys, please make sure that you share with the chat. You get really good bonds that I've been seeing with everyone. TG's letting us know the song is playing. T-Logic says, T-Logic is here. What's up, Klaus in chat group? Well, hello. Ashley says, I can't see PI being super low, but we can all hope. Ashley, you're thinking what we're all thinking, and that's that Nowcasting is telling us, you know, we might not have the juiciest of CPI data coming out today, but hopefully, in the future we will. Ashley is also a Star Wars fan. Ashley says, if Star Wars taught me anything, is that hope is a powerful thing. Dude, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so shout out to you, Ashley, for rocking that stuff. James is saying hello, chat and crew. Klaus, what's up, James? How are you doing? We're all waiting for CPI data to come out. Let's see, we got Jay Anthony saying morning from South Texas. Nice. PD Pure hitting us up early this morning. What's up to you, broski? A little early in the day. CPI data. Now, there's been some observations that I would like to share with you. There has been some early lead-in sell-offs, okay? I have seen some pressure. I saw, actually, I did see, and this is just, you have to watch every market out there to see if something is moving, to see if something is leading. I was watching some of the derivatives, and I was watching some of the stocks last night. There was some post-market and some pre-market baiting to sell off. So didn't see anything crazy, but I did see some popping up in the markets. Nothing I would worry about myself. Big thing, though, we got to take a look at is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, Solana, our favorites, are all down fairly heavily in the near term. Very heavily down, and a lot of it has to do with Binance screwing things up for us. But it also has to do with, hey, even if we have good CPI data, the problem is we still have issues in the UK. And what I want to show everyone right now, and we're going to kind of go back and forth this, so just kind of give me a little bit of time here. I got to practice how to use my new tech, all right? But what we're looking at is we are looking at CPI data, all right? And let's see how long my delay here takes. But with CPI data, the thing that we have to keep in mind is that over the last 10 years, when we compare the two, the UK and the US, that you see that the UK is fighting a higher inflation, right? And it's hit them like at a later stage than the US. Now, some of you out there are going to be like, well, wait a minute. Why are we talking UK inflation? Why are we talking US inflation? We're talking about US CPI data. You're right, we are. But a lot of money is interwoven, and just go to the basis principle of crypto, right? Is traded globally, okay? So when you look at these two charts that I have up on the screen, US 10-year inflation on the top, UK inflation on the bottom. Today we're going to focus a lot of our energy on the US, but we've got a ton of UK viewers, and I wanted to show you that just because we're quote winning the war with inflation when it comes to the United States, you still got the UK that is really feeling the house of pain, man. I mean, really, really feeling the house of pain. So take a look at the chart I got up on the screen, okay? US inflation is up on the top, UK is on the bottom. They're both for 10 years, like for like time frame. Now, with this, what you should pay attention to is, I have it circled in blue, is that the US's inflation is coming down quite quick. Now, we're still way too high, okay? We're still paying way too much for stuff. New cars are still too expensive. That bubble has not yet popped, all right? Housing is still too expensive. Energy costs are still way too expensive. And food is obviously way too much, okay? So yes, we've come down, but we're still way too high. Now look at how fast the US has come down, circled in blue, and compare that to the UK. Notice how the UK is very much leveled off right there. That leveling off with the UK is what has a lot of markets concerned. That we're going to have some places that have lagging and more amplified effects of inflation, and that in fact, we might not be done with it in the United States. We're still dealing with high home prices, high food prices. Rostin Aguilar says, much love, crypto fam. Blessings from New Orleans, Louisiana. Ooh, New Orleans. Place I've always wanted to go to, honestly. Always wanted to go to New Orleans. I've never made it out there. I don't live too far. I'm like maybe 9-10 hours from there, but definitely a place up on my list. So good to see you. Crypto Coffee with Klaus. Rostin's hanging out with us early in the morning, getting that morning coffee in. I've got the morning pre-burn, everyone. So yes, I've got my morning sups as well. But taking a look at the two charts that I have up on the screen, all right, is the UK and US inflation. UK is on the bottom. US is up on top. Ronbo is coming in saying 5.1, saying we're going to go up. We've heard some rumors about that. Peaceful Spirit says, thank you, Messenger. You always keep us updated and informed. Finally start a new job. Time to pay the blessing forward. Well, that's very nice of you, Peaceful Spirit. And as always, it's customary in this channel, as we receive super chats, super thanks, people joining the membership team, thank that person, because this is all a nice big community. And actually what I liked, and again, big shout out to Peaceful Spirit. Everyone give Peaceful Spirit a big thank you, big warm thank you. But the stream today started with a bunch of you saying hi to me as well as other people in the chat. So I think we're doing something right here, right? We're building a really good community of good people that like to be around each other and share ideas. So again, everyone, thank Peaceful Spirit. I really believe you. Really thank you. Not believe you. Jeez. Let's see. Massimo says, what's up, Opa? Not much. Just hanging out this morning. My body is sore from all the workouts. Holy crap, is my body sore, but I'm feeling good. James is telling us that a 4.2. And James also giving a thank you to Peaceful Spirit. Thank you, James, for helping us out on that. 4.5, 4.2. I don't know. I would be closer around that 4.5, but the problem is you've got Nowcasting coming in with things telling us, hey, be ready for some big pain. That you know how like the U.S. came down, all right, with inflation, right? You're looking at it now where the U.S. came down. That instead we might even level off, and that's not what we want. So when you look at the screen, all right, when you look at the screen, look at how much we've come down in the U.S. inflation now the UK hasn't. Now check this out. We're going to go even more cool. We're going to remove the 10-year, and we're going to now switch to the 1-year. So instead of the 10-year, all right, instead of the 10-year, I've got the 1-year up on the screen. Now look at the 1-year, okay? Look at the delta, right, which is the change between the previous month to the current month, all right? We went from 6.0 to 5.0. That's a delta of 1. That's a very strong delta. Now, what you can see with the UK is the UK's is super flat. So as the US has come down this last year, look how flat the UK's is. That's a huge concern. So like when we talk about like getting through stuff, do I believe we're done with the crypto winter? Yes. But remember, spring still has shitty days. Spring still can get snow. I'm checking my Colorado report because I'm going to be climbing 14ers here in a few weeks, and they just got 6 inches of snow at 10,000 feet. You can still get snow in the spring, but I do think the worst is over for us. But we need to get past this inflation junk first. And look at it. Top chart is the United States. The bottom chart is the UK. Same thing, year over year time period. Look at how flat the inflation is in the UK compared to how much it's peeling down for the United States. So now even if we clear inflation in the United States, if our policies aren't crypto positive, crypto forward, then the money, the oomph, the hit, the power, the financial power that the US has is way less. All right? So we got to kind of keep that in mind, that we have to look at this and go, how are other big countries out there doing with inflation? You know, big economic powerhouse countries that can start putting more money into the economy. How is the Eurozone doing with inflation and so forth? And that's what we need to start exploring, because that's going to piece things together. So yeah, in the United States, I think the worst is behind us. Hey, I've got the charts on the screen. Look, I'll even change it to a 10-year and I'll show you. See, look at the top. The US, the worst is behind us. But for the UK, we're really not sure yet. So yes, I believe we're in the spring, but remember, you can still have really crappy weather in the spring. Let's see, we got James thanking Peaceful Spirit. Thanks, James, for helping us out on that. Peaceful is thanking the chat. Awesome and love it. Yeah, James, seriously, it is crazy for the UK. It's and the whole thing is, though, there's other countries out there, and I'll start doing some more visuals so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But there's other countries out there that are dealing with certain similar things like the UK that we're not out of the woods yet. It's just obviously we can tell, look at the charts, we're not in the thickest of the woods, right? Ronbo says, what are your thoughts on XRP and Exxon being reclassified as GSC? Read an article on GSC, supposedly in July, crypto regulations. But how are we going to get crypto regulations if we can't even vote them in the House? Right? If you can vote them, get them in the House, but you can't get it through the Senate. You ain't getting it through Warren and the crew over there. No way. Grandma Loga says, Klaus is in the house. Thank you. Love it. General Splatten says, hey, Klaus from L.A. Lower Alabama. Well done. I'm going to be driving through Lower Alabama here pretty soon on my way to Colorado. Ashley's chiming in saying, yep, the majority of Europe is dealing with nasty inflation. And that's the thing. So when we're talking about the hit, okay, when we're talking about going to the heat map, all right, and when we're looking at this stuff right here, yes, it is going to help, all right? No, I know, trust me, in the UK, it's way worse than a bit tight. Trust me, in the United States, we're out of the worst of it. But when people start talking about money flow and so forth, you can't have money flow if we don't get all of these economies to have spending be less, all right? It just doesn't happen. With the US being so crypto negative, we don't have the same impact anymore. We have the impact in terms of our macros, but in terms of money that we could flood back into the system, the US just doesn't have it anymore. We saw the Asian markets rally. Sorry about that. We saw the Asian markets rally XRP. All right, Binance was pumping it big. OKX was pumping it big. But now look, they're back to pumping Bitcoin and Ethereum. In Grandma Loga, no, trust me, I get that it is tight. And in fact, I get it so much that I built an entire slideshow for that. And that's what you're going to see up on the screen right now, is that inflation in the UK is not ceasing. And actually, the whole Eurozone right now is feeling hardcore inflation. It is very tight. So that's why markets aren't going to rally. That's why I get so annoyed when I watch all these hopium channels out there saying, oh, you know, we're going to flip the switch. Oh, my God, when we're going to go to the moon. No, you can't go to the moon right now because money is too expensive. You can't go to the moon because inflation in the UK is not coming down. All right, here's the 1 year. Look at the 1 year for the US and look at the 1 year for the UK. UK is on the bottom. It is not coming down. So no, we can't moon. Heck, the market itself can't even get to like big time juicy data here All right, can't get to big time juicy data where we're greener than green until we see more changes from inflation across the globe, getting relief in the UK. That's a big one. 1 year charts are up on the screen. Check it out. So now what's going to happen is you're going to get easing in the United States faster, sooner than you will in the UK and Europe. So awesome. We can celebrate, right? We can celebrate hanging out, inflation in the US going down. But until we start peeling it back in other big financial zones, there is not enough money out there to move the market. There is not. What is fueling crypto? Crypto is fueled by retail. When I go over here and I go over to volume, right? The thing that moved XRP was your Asian exchanges. Those Asian exchanges now got XRP trading at 7th. Pepe still trading at 3rd. Come on now, this is a joke. Freaking joke. But even when you look at the Binance pairs, I got Binance pairs up on the screen. XRP traded at 9th right now. A whole bunch of Bitcoin pairs. A little Pepe up there. God, I hate that. So you want the markets to move. You want green days, not the band, although be it a good band. You want green days. You want this heat map to get roaring again. You want XRP back above 50, 60 cents consistently. You need money to become less expensive. And the only way you're going to get money to become less expensive is if we start beating inflation, central banks around the globe start turning down rates. And we're not there yet. Are we in the 75 basis point hit time and time and time again? No, we're not. No, we are not. Little Pepe, that's right, little Pepe. It's PD, I swear to I don't understand this whole Pepe thing. The whole white paper is all about it being a piece of crap, and it doesn't even really have a white paper. The whole website is about it. And yet people are like, yo, I'm down. Tracy K says, so it might take 5 years for things to maybe stop going in and out of red and stay green. No, Tracy, the market prices things forward. All right, the market is always very forward looking. All right, little Pepe again. I know, it's crazy, guys. So Tracy, we'll talk about that. Okay. What's going to make the market green and stay green is knowing that central banks across the globe are in pause mode. And they're in pause mode due to inflation recovery. We don't want to set the stage for hyperinflation or stagflation. All right? That's what can bring more stability to the markets and start getting more green easing. Now, if you want the green to turn into like the super, super juicy green, like the darkest of green, then we will definitely need to see more help financially, right? Because think, when the rates are high, homes are super expensive, cars are super expensive, it slows the economy down. So now you have a slowing economy, which means businesses are going to pull back their jobs. That's why people are talking about recession. That's why when everyone's like, yo, the crypto market's going to pop, the crypto market's going to pop. How? We have a recession looming ahead of us. We have freakishly high rates. We have banks that are having problems with the bond gap right now. I mean, come on. Like, how can the market, like, really roar if we have so many bad things happening? Now, does that mean that the market still can claw back? Can Bitcoin still work its way on up to 35,000, 40,000? Can XRP get to 55, 60 cents? Sure. But you want some real moves in the crypto? I mean, like the big ones that are going to make things like move, you need money to be cheap. You need money to be way cheaper than what it is. And look at these time periods right here. Right? People were sitting at home. They were trading away left and right. They were getting stimmy checks, throwing it into the market. That was the mode. So you had all this money floating around with nothing to do. And look at the volume. Look at the bottom of the screen right here, okay? Look at the volume that was happening that drove these prices. And now look at, you can barely even see any bars on the screen volume-wise. So you have less people into this. You have money which is more expensive. inflation, which is still way high. It's just you can't moon right now, and that's why like I'm so upset with people saying, "Oh, we're gonna flip the switch." No, businesses are not putting money into crypto right now because it's too risky. There's too many rug pulls. Even the ones that aren't rug pulls, there's too many crappy projects that overpromise and underdeliver. Venture capitalists now, who are usually very risky people, are like, "Yo, we're staying away from crypto for a while." So if you don't have institutional money going in because we don't have regs, if we don't have retail putting money in because we're dealing with crappy inflation, where is the money going to come from? And people are like, "Oh, well, the banks. No, not the banks, because guess what? The banks right now are cash strapped because of the bond gap. And because of the bond gap, all right, banks are not going to be putting their money into riskier assets. They're going to be putting their money into safer things that have a more predictable yield. So no, the banks are not going to bail out crypto. The banks are not going to drive mass adoption. The banks right now are doing whatever they can to protect their butts. They won't be giving out as many loans because the high price of loans because of interest rates will stop a lot of people from taking them. Instead of people buying a new car, they might now just spend the money to repair their old one because the new one, the rates are so high. Same thing for homes. So now, again, we go to that whole like when moon principle. No regs, no money flow, things are super expensive. The market, and I'm not making fun of the market, but the market still trades PayPay coin freakishly way higher than you would XRP. PayPay coin right now volume on OKX, and remember OKX is one of the big ones that fueled XRP's rally. PayPay coin right now is trading 5 times higher the volume than XRP. So if you want things to moon, there's a whole ton of situations we need to fix. And it starts with inflation, all right? That's where it starts, is inflation. Right here. The fact that, yes, the U.S. is on the way down, and we got CPI data coming here in 10 minutes. But the U.S. is on its way down. The U.K. is very flat trading. And let's get back to those comments. Let's see. Zaid Khan says, will the market go up or down? I don't think the market's going to move too much because I don't think the data is going to be good today. I don't think it's going to be as good as it was. I really don't. My fear is that a 1.0 drop in inflation, all right, let's just throw that up on the screen right here. A 1.0 change in Delta was not enough for Jerome Powell to be like, yeah, we need to do this. All right? A 1.0 change right here, that's not enough. This change that you're seeing right here, that wasn't enough for Jerome Powell. I doubt you're going to get back-to-back 1.0s. If we do, I'll be happy. Let's PayPay inflate for a change. Crazy, isn't it? Matthew Withrow says, meme coins, then Bitcoin, then alts. Yeah. Check it out. I've got trading volume up on the screen right now for OKX. And remember, OKX was one of those Asian exchanges that really was big that helped drive the price of XRP up, right? So when XRP had this pump this last month, all right, let me zoom out so y'all can see it. When XRP had this move right here, that was all led by Asian exchange volume. OKX, which had XRP trading pairs up near the top, check this out. Their top 3 is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and PayPay, with XRP at 7th. Trading volume for PayPay right now, just on one exchange, is 105 million. That same exchange, which is Super Pro XRP, is only 19 million. That's it. Only 19 million. That's crazy. So again, we talk about all these reasons why the market just sucks ass. I mean, here's why. There's only so much money to go around, and a lot of money right now is chasing hopium, right? A lot of money is chasing PayPay, and like I brought up PayPay only as a story to show people that everyone's flocking to the newest shiny thing out there. But the problem is that You're going to have these PayPays that give people hope. You're going to have these PayPay coins that, whatever name they call them, that people are going to flock to because they think they're going to make it big. The market as a whole, you're starting to see this, is getting tired of this sideways action. I've got the chart of XRP up on the screen right now. And what I wanted to share with that is that look at the moves, okay? You got a couple different people that get into crypto world, right? Your long-term holders, you got people that make your short-term hits, and then you got those that get in and then get out and never get back in again, right? But look at it. I mean, traders for XRP, traders don't like XRP that much. I mean, there's not too much juice. There's not the home run juice. There's not, you don't see that. So people are starting to get very antsy, very quick on the trigger. And the problem that I'm seeing is that we have a lot of issues that we have to deal with. And Matthew's right. Matthew says it is a very sad chart. And it's true. Look at this. The biggest exchanges out here that were pumping up XRP, the biggest ones, okay? The biggest ones that were pumping XRP is now going to be back to PayPay. Come on. It's a guaranteed scam, and yet it has more. Okay, just to sum up the market, okay? PayPay is a guaranteed piece of crap. But people are putting 5 times the money into PayPay in one exchange than XRP. Tracy said, are they using any of these crypto for transactions? I'm new with all this stuff. All right, here's the thing. Let me show you something with transactions, okay? We've got 5 minutes till CPI data comes in. So if y'all don't mind, I'll show you what I mean by transactions. Okay. So transactions here. All right, this is for the Stellar chain. You can see that transactions have blown up on the Stellar chain, right? Like transactions have really gone through the roof, okay? And this is for the entire lifetime. Transactions here are in orange on this screen, okay? Now, I want you to think of those transactions since 2016, right? Here's the thing. Go to their price chart now, and you tell me where their transactions going up are leading into anything. It's not. There is like zero correlation right now. I mean, next to no correlation in terms of, hey, a lot of transactions up on the Stellar chain, right? More usage. But look at the price. The price is not reflecting transaction. Price right now is all based on market speculation, not market performance. You could tell that by looking at this stuff here, by what people are putting their money in. XRP goes to $4 to $7 with the win. I don't even know if XRP will go that high because you have a lot of people that will take. A lot of people that will take profits way lower than $4 to $7. You're going to have a lot of big hitters out there just dumping it. Because think, a lot of investors out there, a lot of people that hold XRP don't need XRP to go to double digits. A lot of people just want XRP to hit $1. A lot of people just want XRP to hit their exit point so they can break even 50, 60 cents, 70 cents, and so forth. I don't think you're going to get that. And Glenn, I hear you, and I hear y'all. I don't see that XRP goes that high because, again, you need money to fuel that. And I just don't see that. Matthew says, yep, same with XDC and Casper. Awesome utility and no interest from Binance, etc. Yeah, and that's the other thing. So look at Binance, all right? I've got Binance's trading volume, and we got 3 minutes till CPI data comes out. But look at Binance. PayPay right now trading at 148 million. PD Pure dropping it on us. Everyone give PD Pure a big thank you. I'll give PD Pure a thank you. Thank you, PD, for helping us out. How can the SEC come down on these companies but not stop the listing of crap coins to do nothing? It's backwards. It's take it a step further, PD. Okay, okay. Here, give me like 1 second or like 5 seconds. I'll talk about this quick and then I'll tell you what's bugging with that. But right now, look at PayPay higher trading volume than XRP. Here, I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. Look, top of the screen. There you go. PayPay higher trading volume. But so Petey says, how can the SEC come down on not come down on all this stuff? And how come they're picking, winners and losers? Petey, take it a step further, okay? Trying to move my drink out of the frame. Take it a step further, Petey. Why didn't the SEC catch Mashinsky? He burned billions from U.S. investors. And the SEC is there to protect U.S. investors. So now, what about Mashinsky protecting people from Luna? We've got a lot of people that were burned here in the United States from Luna. What about Gary Gensler and the SEC not protecting us from the likes of Voyager, Babel, 3AC, FTX? I mean, Petey, there's a bunch of them. So we have to look at it more going, he's not protecting the investor, because if he is, he would have caught the whole Mashinsky thing. Mashinsky was publicly saying that Celsius was FDIC insured, and he was publicly offering 20%, had it all over Twitter, had it all over YouTube, and yet they did nothing about it. The SEC isn't protecting people. They're picking winners and losers, and they're stifling innovation. Lithuania says, hello from San Antonio, Texas. Everyone, please give Petey a big thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you, Petey. I appreciate it. Tracy says, does anyone have faith that SHIB's going to make moves? I've got 3 cryptos, XLM88 SHIB. Tracy, the thing is, there's just no money right now in the market. It's not like what it was 2 years ago. And we're going to be talking about CPI data that, yes, trust me, I'm going to keep hitting that screen refresh here. Data should be coming out now any minute. Any minute data should be coming out. But the problem is what's making this stuff pop is not their performance, all right? What's built on the Stellar chain right now, the transactions on the Stellar chain are not relating to Stellar prices. So we can't tie it to performance. So it's almost like a meme hype battle that you're seeing in the crypto world right now. It's crazy. All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to keep refreshing this. We had a 5.0. We should be coming out any second right now. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. All right, CPI data just came in at 4.9, everyone. 4.9. Got it up on the screen. CPI is in, so that sucks. That sucks bad. That is not what we wanted, everyone. We did not want a CPI of 4.9. We're going to have the heat map up on here. We're going to watch this one. This is not what we wanted. 4.9 is what came across. Energy has come down, but food continues to stay high. Look at this. Look at this. Cereal products still up 12.4%. Non-alcoholic beverages 9.5%. Dairy products still high at 8.0. We came in at 4.9. What's up, Twitch? Twitch is hanging out with us. 4.9, everyone, is what we got. In April, the CPI for all urban consumers increased 0.4% seasonally adjusted and rose 4.9. Wow. Okay, that is not what we wanted, to be honest with you. We wanted something definitely juicier than that, and I do not see the markets going to do much long term. This won't be fun. Look, a green candle. That's right. I like that. Yeah, let's take a quick look at this. All right, I'm just this stuff just came in. Okay, the index for shelter was the largest contributor to all monthly increases, followed by the index for used cars and trucks and gasoline. The increase in gasoline more than offset. All right, here, everyone. Here's where the data is telling us. The increase in gasoline index more than offset decline the energies and other component indexes, and the energy index rose 0.6% in April. And Petey dropping it again says, right, I agree. Did you see SBF files not guilty and he might get off? That's my point, Petey. We're not being protected by the SEC. The SEC would love to hold back Ripple Labs and XRP ODL. Do you know why? So that FedNow can steal market share. Everyone's like, oh, FedNow is going to use XRP. No, it's not. FedNow is a competitor service to moving money. Thank you again, Petey, and everyone give Petey a big thank you for supporting the channel. T says, I just wish people would start verifying the coins they purchase been in this space for years and haven't been bamboozled yet. Coincidence? No, it's called due diligence. Speaking of due diligence, I did do a story yesterday, everyone, that I did make a mistake on. I have now changed that story to unlisted. You're still welcome to see it. You have to search for it. But I changed the title and said that I removed it and the date that I removed it. And I also put it out there on Twitter for you. So yes, make sure you do your due diligence because I got caught with a bad source. People are still running the story. I cannot verify the source 100%. People are saying it's legit, but I can't verify it, so I'm taking the side of error and on the side of caution, and I am not running the story. I'm pulling it. I don't want the money for the views on something that I cannot verify 100%. Twitch says CPI is still going to go up to the end of the year. It's not what we wanted. Okay, so now let's do this, okay? Let's go in here. Let's take a look at inflation. Let's refresh our inflation charts. That is not what we wanted. That 10-year going sideways. See, you don't want this sideways action. All right? That is not what you want. T says, thanks, Klaus, for calling out Benji. Yeah, I did a story on the Stellar scam regarding Benji. What a mess that was. What an absolute mess that was. Any product, I'm just telling you right now, any product that Stellar makes, there is going to be a group out there, all right? You guys know the group. There's going to be a group out there, and what happened is that group is going to make a scam product of every Stellar product out there. They made a scam MoneyGram. They made a scam USDC, several. They made a scam Benji. They made scams for everything out there. Earl says Fed now is only in the U.S. Ripple is for the world. Well, except Ripple can't participate in the U.S. That's my point. Push out your main competitor so you can run your product. Oh, it's horrible. My clock is not off, Ronbo. I think your delay. I've got live feeds action, Ronbo. My clock is dead on, my good man. Let's take a look here at the market, see what's going on right now. XRP 43.1. You've got XLM right now sitting at 8.9. 88, 36.4. ETH 1869. Now, what the traders are going to look at is hey, with this data, is Jerome Powell and the Fed going to hit us? So right now, we've had some market shift. Let's take a quick look at this. We've had a market shift, all right? The market shift, we are now moving to 20% of traders think that we will get a rate hike from Jerome Powell in the Fed. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, but as you can see, 1 out of 5 traders right now is expecting Jerome Powell and the Fed to come out with a quarter hit. I'm thinking because inflation came out at 4.9, I have a feeling that, yeah, why wouldn't Jerome hit us with a quarter? He hit us with a quarter when it went from a 6 to a 5. So if we go to a 5 to a 4.9, why would he not hit us with a quarter? I know that the market right now, in Ronbo, maybe you should hit the refresh button and make sure that the stream is live because I'm reading your comments live and you're behind a good few minutes. So make sure you hit that live button and refresh. But Jerome hit us with a quarter. He hit us with a quarter when the market went from 6 to 5 for inflation stuff. Now we go from 5 to 4.9. Yeah, I understand that the traders out there are saying, hey, 80% chance that he's going to pause. But I'm part of that 20% right now that thinks he's going to come at us with a quarter. And I think Jerome's going to come at us with a quarter because what doesn't he want to happen, everyone? Boom, this right here. He doesn't want the U.S. inflations to look like the UK's and flatten off. We don't want prices to stay high for long term because that sets the stage for hyperinflation. That's the concern right now that we have. If Jerome Powell and Matthew says, gotta run, Klaus, thanks for all you do, love and appreciate it. Yeah, Twitch chimes in, says, Jerome has already said he's going to continue rate hikes until inflation comes under control in his eyes. We got a ways to go. And the fact that we only got from 5 to 4.9 tells me that we're going to have some hurt, man. Jerome might drop more beef on the market. Jerome dropped beef when it went from a 6 to a 5. He's certainly going to do it if we go from a 5 to a 4.9, and that's in my opinion. My opinion is I think that sets the stage for Jerome. I really do. Michael says, we love you. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate the fans. You guys are awesome. Martin O'Connor says, we could do with the ruling unless, of course, the judge has been corrupted. Nothing would surprise me. You know, what bugs me about this is there's just too much junk in the crypto community right now, right? You got the judges stuff. You know, you got inflation numbers coming out bad, which I got up on the screen, right? Inflation numbers are not looking the best. They're real flat. I mean, that's kind of, that sucks. Like, that sucks. 5 to a 4.9 is not good. Now, earlier today, all right, I was looking at SmartCast stuff. I got Futurecast up on the screen. Nowcast, Jesus, I can't talk today. But I got Nowcast up on the screen. Nowcast was basically saying the same thing. Look out for some near-term inflation spikes. Let's look at some charts here real quick. Let's go to the 1 day with XLM. Let's switch this out to the 5 minutes. And yep, we got a little movement here on the news. But I'm telling you, be very cautious here. Very, very cautious. And the reason I'd say just to be cautious has to do with the fact that this CPI data sucked ass, and this will give Jerome Powell more fuel to drop a 25 basis point hit on us. This flattening right here, when we go to the 10-year, you see how this little hook right here flattened? That is not what we want at all. Twitch says, wait until they start cooking the books and use indicators that are not lagging. That's part of the other problem too, is right. So people are talking about technical analysis. Man, what kind of technical analysis are you going to get when we don't even have good data to work with, right? Like if your ruler isn't accurate, your ruler is fairly useless. The markets are bouncing up. Yes, they are bouncing up right now, but why are they bouncing up? And I'll tell you this, it ain't because we got good CPI data. Be very, very cautious on this. And that's what's going to happen. I saw early market sell-off action. I saw it last night. I said at the beginning of the stream that there was some early market pressure that I started seeing, which gave me the nod of the hat. Sorry, I'm just refreshing a chart on my phone. Gave me a nod of the hat that we weren't going to get juicy CPI action. But now I have to ask you all, what would you like to talk about? We have a second stream that's going to be starting here. And hold on, let me look at my screen really quick. All right, we got a second stream, the crypto hearing, all right? There's the digital asset crypto hearing stream. That starts, in 38 minutes, all right? That's the one where it's the House Financial Services Committee. Let me show you guys that here really quick. Let's go to House Financial Services Committee. It's a totally separate stream, and the reason it's a separate stream, I want people to be made aware that they're watching that stream versus the CPI data stream. I'm telling you, this is not, this arrow on up right here is not, I'm not even paying attention to this right now. I'll tell you that. I'm not paying attention to this with this nasty, nasty flattening of CPI data. I'm even more cautious right now than I was a few hours ago, is with this right here. So I'm just, and James Irving says, perfect head and shoulders, we're about to fall hard. But the other stream that we're going to be carrying after this, and so if you got questions, if you got comments, now is the time to hit them. But what we're going to be talking about, let me get rid of me up on the screen here. What we're going to be doing later today is the hearing regarding digital assets. JFCD says, I missed it. What was CPI? 4.9. 4.9 is what we came out with. But here we go. We've got a hearing for Joint Financial Services Subcommittee Digital Asset Marketplace. Here we go. All right, so I've got the attendee list now up at the screen for the hearing that's happening right after this one, all right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you all with the link at the end of this so you can jump onto that other stream. But here we go. The witness list for the crypto hearing today is Mr. Andrew Durgee, head of Republic Crypto. Matthew Culkin, partner and chair, futures and derivatives practice, former CFTC swap dealer. Marco Santori, chief legal officer of Kraken. Daniel Schanenberger, chief legal officer, Web3 Foundation. Timothy Masad, research fellow, Harvard Kennedy School, business government director. Michael Blaugren, chief operating officer, New York Stock Exchange. Ooh, interesting. They got someone on there. Yeah, no worries, JCFD. I got you on that one. 4.9, everyone. 4.9. Graham Olga says, good stuff, Klaus. See you soon. Gonna grab some food, then settle in for the next stream. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. What we'll do is we'll end this stream and then we'll go over to the other one. I'm not going to end this stream just yet. I want to make sure I answer your questions and get people all into what's going on with CPI data. The reason the markets are going to freak out has to do with this right here. The reason the markets are freaking out has to do with the fact that if U.S. inflation starts looking like the UK's and we start leveling off, you see how the U.S. had that down spike, or that down movement? Sorry, down spike. Can't talk this morning. Had that down movement, and the UK's was flat. Well, we just had a flat report come out. All right? And the flat report that we had that come out, all right, instead of dropping, is looking like this 5 to a 4.9. That's not good. Michael Thompson says, thanks for your information. Much appreciated. Be safe, everyone. Ryan Heyerdahl says, what are they going to cover in the hearing? Well, thank you, Ryan. So in the hearing, you had the two subcommittees. You had the digital asset subcommittee and the agricultural subcommittee. And they each had their own meetings, okay? So they had their own meetings. Now they're going to come together and they're going to talk about what needs to be put into this bill. They're trying to get more insight on what needs to be put in this bill. So you had the two different subcommittees, right? Each doing their thing. Now they're together as one big joint subcommittee. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to talk about all the issues that they've learned during their exploratory sessions. And they're going to apply it now to creating a bill. The problem is the House can pass a crypto bill, can pass a good crypto bill. The problem is in the United States, you need it to also pass through the other branch, right? You need it to get through the Senate and then signed off by El Presidente. The problem is you're not going to get any House-approved crypto bill through the Senate. That is not going to happen. If I was a betting man, I'm not, but if I was a betting man, I would put a lot of money on the fact that any bill coming out of the House, this session of the House, will not get through this session of the Senate. So what we're sitting out here and we're waiting for regs, okay? And this is where I had a problem, okay? Let me do. PM says, thanks, Klaus, hanging out, off to shop and exchange DCA day. Thank you for hanging out with us, PM. But what I wanted to show you real quick is how, or actually, here, let's do this. I'm going to head to the next stream. Craziness, I like to say. Yeah, Twitch, definitely. Next stream, everyone, by the way, doesn't start for another 33 minutes, so you got time. But how this works in the United States, okay, is very different. The way it works in the United States is that, okay, you had Danelle Dixon a while out there. And let me just, I'm making some changes on my screen in the background. All right, you had Danelle Dixon, all right? And let's just talk personal here. You had Danelle Dixon out there, and she's like, you know what? We need stablecoin regulation. Okay, stablecoin regulation. You got a better chance of getting that through the Senate than you do a crypto bill. All right? So Danelle Dixon's like, hey, stablecoin regs in 2023. If we're lucky, we will get stablecoin regs in 2023. If we're lucky. All right? Problem is for those of us that are into crypto that, you know, are probably watching right now, what do we give a shit about stablecoin stuff? So, okay, cool. You give stablecoins some protection, some guidelines, but then you're telling me that the whole rest of the crypto industry has got to wait several more years? Because whatever we get done in 2023, we're not doing anything in 2024 because that's an election year. No one's going to take a risky stance and try to piss off voters. especially young voters. Most of crypto owners are younger. Nico says, listening to the show while doing grocery shopping. Glad to have you here, Nico. Ryan says, thank you for the explanation. Martin says, Klaus, excellent insight as usual. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the compliments. Remember, I do make mistakes, though. But I will tell you, I will be one of the very, very few creators out there that will admit when they make mistakes. I did make a journalism mistake. I have since deleted the video. I told everyone I would talk about it on stream. Second time I've talked about it. If you have questions, welcome to ask about that. But I did. If there's a video that I can't like fully 100% cite my source, and there's still other channels out there, tons of them citing the same source, they're running with the story, I can't. So no, I still make mistakes, so just keep that in mind. Ryan says, isn't the point, though, to try to get them foot in the door with stablecoins? But the whole thing is, getting your foot in the door means that it's benefiting you in a way, right? Like if I'm trying to get my foot in the door with my wife, okay, I'm going to do things that's going to benefit her to hopefully benefit me. Getting stablecoin regs, right, puts a heavy divide on crypto. It really puts stablecoins over in this pool. And then, oh my God, it's Astros. No Astros. No Astros. But we'll let it slide, Calculon. But yeah, it does. It puts stablecoins over here and crypto over here. So yeah, awesome. Get stablecoin regs. But then the rest of crypto is going to get destroyed. I mean, there's no protection, right? If you get stablecoin regs, basically you're telling Gary Gensler, hey, stablecoins, don't touch these. They're probably going to be ruled as commodities. Everything else, Gary Gensler, eat the shit out of. I don't want to go down that slope. So no, I don't see stablecoin regs as getting a foot in the door. I think you need to knock them all out at once to protect the industry. I think that's a really big concern that we have. I think that if you do tackle it, right, and you segment it up with stablecoins, I think that gives Gary Gensler even a further nod during this current administration to destroy crypto. That's just my opinion. But right now, Gary Gensler is doing whatever he wants. The administration is not reeling him in. And to be fair, if there's no protection, right, for crypto, he's gonna do whatever the hell he wants and then some. Especially if it's like, yo, so the CFTC gets stablecoins, awesome. I'm regging the rest of crypto. Twitch says, I would love to have stablecoin protection, but they're not going to do that either. They're more concerned about inflation, and that's very true. Crypto is such a low priority right now with this administration that there ain't no way you're going to see it. And the big fear that we got right now is inflation. That's the super big fear. And that's where everyone right now is like, okay, crap, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if inflation just keeps lagging on the downside? That is not good. That is not good at all. CPI data just came out. Food is still high. Got it up on the screen. Let's dive in a little bit more. All right? Let's talk about all items less food. Ooh, services are still high. Shelter's still high. Transportation services are still high. Energy services, check that out. Electricity is still high. Hey, natural gas finally broke, thank God. Energy commodities finally went down. Oil, gasoline went down. But food is still way up there. Shelter is still way up there. Inflation flattened out. We had a delta of 1, now we had a delta of 0.1. So if Jerome raised it a quarter on a whole point decrease, wouldn't he raise it another quarter on a 0.1 decrease? Right now, the market is definitely pricing in, though, a pause. And that's just in the CME market. They're looking at a pause. 80% of the traders who trade that stuff say that Jerome is going to take a pause. 20% are saying he's going to hit us with a quarter. My bet he's going to hit us with a quarter. I think that's what you're going to see. I am not going to fall for any of this head fake stuff right here. Because when I zoom out, what do I care? So what did we just do here? We just went sideways again. Ryan says, sounds like people need to wake up and get those corrupt officials out. The problem is most people don't vote. They don't vote. And the other problem is, too, is both sides of the aisle don't fix problems. All right? They basically play whack-a-mole. They suppress the problem while they're in office to make themselves look better, and then it pops up again. The United States does not fix problems. Twitch says, I'm just buying physical gold and silver, had to put crypto on the back burner due to underperformance. A lot of people are doing that, dude. A lot of people are rotating money out of crypto and putting it into other assets. That is very, very common right now. You're seeing gold make big moves. So, I mean, it's hard for crypto to move. A lot of people are getting tired of the performance. Cool, XRP's got some good green candlesticks here. Zoom out 3 months and it looks like a piece of crap still. It's not based on performance either. Twitch, I don't know if you've got your screen up here, if you're just listening in. But look at this concept right here. This is Stellar's network performance. This is transactions. Usage of the Stellar chain. All right? You've seen it just go up, 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 and up, right? But the price of Stellar over those last 2 years has gone down, 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 down. This is the 2-year chart for Stellar, for their price action. And check it out. From right here on is their 2 years. So, Rodwell Nobregas says, Klaus, you got to buy some blood. You know, honestly, like, I've bought a lot. You know where I'm buying bloody right now? I'll be completely honest with everyone. I share my stuff on Twitter, too. I'm buying banks. That's right, everyone. I'm buying banks. So as banks are getting beaten into the ground, I'm selling my gold that's been hitting, and I'm buying now beaten down banks with the best balance sheets, with the risk or with the least riskiest leveraging action, right? Where their business practices are not on the risky side. So that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing a lot of money on banks. A lot of money on banks. But, I mean, think about this. Okay, so Stellar has also released a ton of projects out there, right? None of these partnerships have helped the price. It's macroeconomic events that move crypto. Crypto right now has like next to nothing to do with performance of a chain or a product. It has to do with who's trading it, right? Volume-wise, look up on the screen, PayPay, third in trading volume, XRP at 7th, Stellar nowhere near on the screen. So it's not based on performance of the chain. It's based on macros, and it's based on people wanting the flashiest next thing. So I think we just have to be very realistic here on what the majority of the crypto market looks like. The majority of the crypto market right now is focusing on meme. The focus on utility is by far not there. I mean, there is like zero focus on price utility. I mean, even if you do the same thing with XRP, blow out to the 2-year chart, XRP has done a whole bunch, right? They've done a whole bunch. They've done a whole bunch with ODL movement. They've used it. A lot more people are buying XRP. We have a lot more holders of XRP. We've had a lot of people sell out positions. But even so, 2-year chart, it's down. 2-year chart for XLM looks dead. I mean, this is a not good chart. So, yeah, I get where people buy blood. But where I'm buying blood right now is where I can read their balance sheets. Because if I want to, I can go on Edgar. All right, and I don't know if you guys ever use Edgar, but I've got Edgar up on the screen. I go to Edgar, and I go up to Edgar, and I go to Citi. And I go to Citigroup. And I go to Edgar on Citigroup, and I can look up anything I want. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to look for a filing category. I want to look for annual quarterly reports. I want to go to my 10Q quarterly report. Now watch what happens. This is why I'm getting into bank stuff. Because I can go into any bank's books and look into them and see what their profit and losses are. I can read operations reports on where they're putting their money. So for Citigroup, right? Citigroup got beaten lately. Well, guess what? They're now making more money than they did last year. So Citigroup isn't getting beaten because their performance is bad. Citigroup is getting beaten because the whole market is bad. Don't do this. This is just my opinion. This is my research. All right? So, look at Citigroup. Think about that. Citigroup and all the banks are down. Why? Because of a few bad banks. Citigroup has made a ton more money. 300 million more in profit or net income year over year. They've got more assets. I can even look at their expenses. I mean, I can look through all of these. I can look through their liabilities, what their long-term debt is, their short-term borrowing. I can see it based on institutional clients, commissions and fees that are paid. So I know if their volume is going up on down. Their services, banking, markets, I can look at all that. That is why. So for people out there like, yo, I want to buy more into crypto. Like, I get it. But the problem is, what clarity do we have in crypto? What data? Look at this chart here. This chart sucks. What can you tell me about XLM or XRP more than what I could show you here? That's why I'm putting more money into banks, because all I had to do is go through their books, do some calculations here, and start looking to see if they're risky or not. With XLM, with XRP, you're just throwing money into hope right now. Because again, look at Stellar. More transactions on the chain. More partnerships. More growth. More development. Shit price. So you're seeing things get beaten up here, stock-wise, crypto-wise. But I can go on to Edgar and I can start looking total banking revenues based on losses and loan hedges. I can tell you anything you want to see, and I can trend this stuff. Cisco Guru says crypto buying is on the back burner for me as well. Selling gold and silver paper, buying physical precious. Cisco, that's exactly what I'm doing. I have been, and you can ask Twitch. Twitch knows exactly what I'm doing. I've been talking to him about this. I have been hitting the ever-living hell out of the gold market. You want to know what my chart looks like that I've been following? Hold on a second. I can do this real quick. We'll get this bad boy to load here and I'll show you. But the chart I've been looking at, the one that I've been selling, has to do with juicy goodiness. Give me a second here. Watch. I'll show you what I've been following, all right? And this is why I think a lot of people are getting misled. Here's what I've been following. That's the last 3 months. Last 3 months. So I can tell you where the market is going and what people are paying attention to. So yes, I'm definitely with you, Cisco Guru. It is definitely on the back burner because there's other things out there that you have more clarity in. You don't know what OKX is going to do, what they're going to trade next, what they're going to sell off next. Hans is joining us. Morning, Hans. Legacy system has to die before crypto takes off. But okay, but like most of the legacy system is digital money anyways. Your debit cards are digital money. Stocks, it's not like you get the paper shares anymore. You get a digital item. So be very careful about that, Twist 3D. The legacy system is very, very strong. I can prove it to you. Citi ain't going under, guys. They've got billions and billions and billions. They are not going under. So be very careful about the whole narrative of how crypto is going to take over legacy. No. No, 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 no. They can coexist. Crypto just won't be as big. It has to do with cash. DRD Gold. That's right, Twitch. DRD Gold. All right, so here's the deal. There is a second live stream. It is for the crypto hearing, okay? Let me put my cam on. Sorry about that. There's a live stream for the second hearing. That's this one right here that I'm going to be putting in the chat, okay? So give me a second. Let me copy this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the chat, all right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream here, and I'm going to merge it into the stream that I just shared with you on this right here. Give me a second here. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on a second here. Here we go. Let me just pin this one. That's for the second stream up there. So I'm going to merge. I'm going to actually get breakfast quick and then go to the second stream. David Garrett says, yo, Klaus, keep speaking the truth and I'll stay tuned in. Thank you and this channel. Well, I appreciate that, Garrett. Three Blind Mice says, good morning, Vietnam. Little Robin Williams fan there, Three Blind Mice. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this stream now, and then we're going to merge on over to the other stream in a few minutes. I'm going to get some breakfast in. Yeah, exactly. When the legacy system dies, it takes down the whole system. You have mass chaos, people that you don't want that. That's like people wanting to go to war. Trust me, you do not want that. But yeah, we're going to have a second live stream with the hearing with Mr. Bow Tie himself, Patrick McHenry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream right here. CPI data came in at 4.9. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream right here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to eat some food, and then I'm going to get the second stream rolling.